Ah, Smart Water, now in a sleek can.
This feels cool, literally.
Perfect for social gatherings and on the go.
Should I start wearing turtlenecks?
One sip at a time, friend. Smart Water cans, for those with a taste for taste. Get yours today.
Support comes from ServiceNow. We're for people doing the creative work they actually want to do. That's why this ad was written and read by a real person, and not AI. You know what people don't want to do? Boring, busy work. Now with AI agents built into the ServiceNow platform, you can automate millions of repetitive tasks in every corner of your business, IT, HR, and more, so your people can focus on the work that they want to do. That's putting AI agents to work for people. It's your turn. Visit ServiceNow.com.
The Roger Stone Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Roger Stone Show. Here we talk politics, news, history, sports, food, and style. We give it to you straight. It's the stone cold truth. We criticize Republicans and Democrats. And, I bring 50 years in the arena to the table for my observations. The rise of the MAGA movement in America has also given rise to what is known as the influencer. Influencers, those are conservative commentators, used to be heavily censored on social media, but with the advent of Elon Musk buying Twitter and changing it into X as a platform for free speech, that in turn has given rise to people like our next guest. Rogan O'Handley, also known as DC Draino, is an attorney, but more importantly, he is a prominent conservative commentator who always has a pungent view on what's going on in America. He is epically entertaining as well as educational. I follow him closely on X, and I'm delighted to have him with us today. Rogan, welcome to the Roger Stone Show.
Thank you, Roger. You are too kind. It is an absolute honor to be on your show, sir.
So you and I, for that matter, have been very critical of the judicial tyranny going on in the country, where unelected federal judges seem to be determined to stop the will of the American people as expressed in the last election. And left-wing nonprofits and other litigants go forum shopping to find the most left-wing and radical judges they can to try to stop Donald Trump's reform agenda. What do you think their plan really is?
Well, I think we're seeing their plan unfold. You know, we kind of expected it. I don't think anyone expected it to be this much of a stop to the Trump agenda. There are record injunctions, national injunctions, and these, leftist lawfare agents are not only forum shopping, they're pretty much judge shopping. It is just such a strange coincidence that Judge Boasberg has been selected for so many high-profile Trump cases that we just, something stinks. And then we're starting to see that Chief Justice Roberts is in a club, a secret club with some of these other D.C. circuit judges who are far left. And, we're starting to see their plan unfold, and it's effectively a judicial coup. They're trying to nullify the sacred power of the American people's vote, the popular vote, to stop the Trump agenda, especially these mass deportations.
Just happened to be the same judge who oversaw the FISA court when they decided to approve spying on President Donald Trump's presidential campaign in 2016. It's the same Judge Boasberg who showed up without his robe, along with Judge Amy Berman Jackson, the judge who sat in my case. In the audience when deranged Jack Smith, the special prosecutor, indicted President Donald Trump on the January 6 related matters, another bogus, politically motivated indictment, I think that shows where he stands. And then we learned that the Chief Justice actually spent time with Norm Eisen in Europe, luxuriating at Eisen's place over there. This really gives one pause as to what's really going on here. It looks to me like they want to gunk up the machine with as many extraneous appeals and filings as possible. You wrote this. The more time passes, more people get used to living with 20 million illegals, and support from the President Trump will soften. That is their hope, no?
That is their plan. They lost all federal power in Congress and the White House, and, technically they don't have power in the Supreme Court. We have a 6-3, but it's sadly looking like a 5-4 against us on the most controversial cases, especially with Amy Coney Barrett. Kavanaugh's a little squishy, and Justice Roberts is the new, Justice Kennedy at this point. So we really can't rely on the courts to approve the Trump agenda. And so what I have proposed, since these judges have shown their cards, they're engaging in a judicial coup, they're infringing on the Article 2 powers of the presidency, right? These are not normal judicial decisions. These are overreaching judicial decisions. I think that Trump should exercise constitutional power of suspending the writ of habeas corpus for illegal aliens granted under Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution.
Well, see, Franklin Roosevelt used it in World War II. Abraham Lincoln used it in the Civil War. Even Ulysses S. Grant used it. As you have pointed out, all of their faces ended up on our national currency. Something has to give here. It's amazing that when a judge got arrested this past couple of days for trying to help a violent illegal escape deportation, the left immediately said, Trump is arresting judges for their judicial decisions, which is not even remotely what happened. It seems to me we're reaching a stalemate here in which the judges just simply refuse to allow the will of the American people to be implemented. It's deeply disturbing. But anybody who thinks that Donald Trump will somehow quit or soften his views or throw in the towel, they don't know him. I want to ask you also, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, who you supported earlier and I did not. I'm man enough to admit when I make a mistake. I think she's turned out to be great. She's conducted these hearings on the Kennedy assassination. I think she's done a great job. But at the same time, I don't think she's been given everything that is in the hands of our current federal government. I hope that she will have yet another hearing because there are a lot of unexplored areas. What did you think of those hearings and the job she's doing?
Right. I agree. I think she has been doing a tremendous job. She is a diehard patriot. She's a veteran. She was an active duty airwoman in the Air Force. Her husband is a special operations soldier in the Air Force. He was shot in Afghanistan. She nursed him back to health, and he still went and deployed after that. They are patriots down to the bone, and I've talked with her outside of these hearings. She is extremely enthusiastic about these hearings. She wants the truth. But what, her job is, Trump gave the order to release these documents. Tulsi Gabbard is going through and sending them out. But as we've seen, there are malevolent actors within the deep state who are going to hide things, who are going to suppress things. And so it's Anna's job and her committee to seek out and send subpoenas and bring people to hearings to make sure that these documents were released. I think it was a tremendous start, but even she has admitted there are some documents that are still missing. And so she is a pit bull. And when she latches her jaw into something, she doesn't let go. So I am optimistic that we will get to the bottom of this.
I agree with your analysis. I've been trying to send knowledgeable people in the JFK researcher community her way because there is a great deal of missing. The president ordered the release of the National Archives JFK Assassinations Record Collection. And while there's a lot of interesting things there, there's an enormous amount missing. Things that we know, videos, audios, transcripts, and documents that were examined by the Assassination Records Review Board in the 90s, but conveniently seem to have disappeared in this recent search. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Rogan O'Handley, also known as DC Draino, and we'll be right back.
The Roger Stone Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Chronic spontaneous urticaria, or chronic hives with no known cause. It's so unpredictable. It's like playing pinball. Itchy, red bumps start on my arm, then my back. Sometimes my legs. Hives come out of nowhere. And it comes and goes. But I just found out about a treatment option at treatmyhives.com. Take that, chronic hives. Learn more at treatmyhives.com.
The Roger Stone Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is the Roger Stone Show. We're talking to Rogan O'Handley, better known as DC Draino. Rogan, tell people where they can find you on X to read your pithy commentary.
Yes, sir. I'm on X at DC_Draino. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Truth. I'm on Getter. I'm on all the major platforms except YouTube. I don't really do a lot of YouTubing.
Well, you're fortunate. I'm still banned for life on Facebook, banned for life on Instagram, banned for life on YouTube. Not that I would go there anyway. So, folks, I urge you to definitely check out Rogan's commentary. It always brings a smile to my face, to be honest with you. I love the fact that you called Bernie Sanders out. This guy is the biggest phony that ever lived. He used to criticize billionaires and millionaires and oligarchs. Now he just criticizes billionaires. That's because Bernie and his wife have become millionaires essentially by skimming millions of dollars in so-called media commissions off of his two presidential campaigns. Now, while that is not illegal, I seriously wonder whether his donors, particularly at the $25 level, have any idea that the Sanders are getting incredibly rich off of their donations. You called him out for jetting across the country from rally to rally, railing about climate change, but doing so in a private jet.
Yeah, you can't make this up. He's been caught now at least twice on video departing from a private jet as he goes to his, defeat the oligarchy rallies where he's obviously talking about climate change. And, not only does he not believe in what he says, he certainly doesn't live it, but he's got AOC joining him. She's the queen of the Green New Steel, right? And as we've seen, this is just a massive money laundering operation that, akin to what they do with Act Blue, akin to what they do with the, quote, Inflation Reduction Act, which was just a lot of climate change and woke nonsense. So, as Batia Unger, who's a very prolific speaker, rising voice on the MAGA side, brought up, for every billionaire that supported President Trump, two of them supported Kamala Harris. Democrats are the party of the oligarchs, of Wall Street, of Silicon Valley. And we've got a few strays that have broken out from them. We've got Elon and a few of the other guys in Silicon Valley, but we still are highly dwarfed in terms of oligarchic support. So it just reeks of hypocrisy. And frankly, I don't think anyone's buying it except, the 70-plus-year-old people protesting at the Tesla dealerships who still believe what CNN tells them.
It's really amazing. The words moderate Democrat have become an oxymoron. The party of John F. Kennedy, Harry Truman, party that believed in capitalism, a party that believed in God, party that believed in a strong national defense. Sure, they wanted to spend more than we wanted to. They wanted to tax more than we wanted to, but they were still fundamentally patriotic. John F. Kennedy and his brother Robert Kennedy were ardent anti-communists. Where is that strain of Democrat today? When you say that Chuck Schumer is too conservative to lead the Democrat Party, which is essentially what AOC and Jasmine Crockett are saying, that's almost bizarre. Just think we could have an AOC Jasmine Crockett ticket. Would that be great or what?
I hope we do. As someone that makes their income on the internet, it would be a target-rich environment. I think anyone listening to this show knows the only reason the Democrat Party is still even around is because of their voter fraud machines in big blue cities, Detroit, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and elsewhere, Chicago. Without them, they would absolutely crumble. And with what's happening with the 2030 census, red states, deep red states, are expected to pick up 12 electoral college votes and, commensurate amount of congressional seats. So Democrats are going all out on preserving these illegal immigrants here, illegal aliens here in America, because as all these people have fled blue states for red states, like Florida and Tennessee and elsewhere, it's decreased the population in these blue states, and they're trying to resupply with illegal aliens who unfortunately still are at least partially counted in the census. So that's why suspending the writ of habeas corpus is so important, because this next census is all that matters. If Trump deports 10 to 15 million illegal aliens, he will save America for decades. And I know there's going to be political blowback to doing this, but we would only be suspending the writ for illegal aliens. And it would, I think, put his face on one of our national currencies at some point, because it would be an act of heroism.
All right, I know you have to dash for a plane. Let me thank our friend, DC Draino, also known as Rogan Handley, his real name. Thank you, and God bless you for joining us.
Thank you, Roger, and I'll be in the press briefing room tomorrow talking about suspending the writ of habeas corpus, so stay on the lookout for the press's heads to absolutely blow up.
I look forward to it.
The Roger Stone Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.